This chart here from JP Morgan basically shows that, and I'll just highlight a couple. If you have a portfolio of 80% in equities, which is the stock market, and 20% in bonds or fixed income, you can see that the standard deviation measured by the volatility measured by the standard deviation is 12.7. And the annualized returns have averaged 9.8%. That's a 80-20, 80% stocks, 20% bonds. By reducing the stocks or the equities from 80 to 60, and then keeping the bonds at 20, but then adding 20% in alternative investments, you can see that it actually reduces the overall volatility of the portfolio and increases the returns. So there is some benefits of adding alternative. And when you look at some of the biggest endowments, university endowments and pension funds and things like that, they have a fair amount in alternative investments, sometimes 40, 50% in alternatives, and much less than people think in the equities. A good way to diversify your portfolio and reduce the possible risk you're taking.
So very interesting. I think many people, as you mentioned, people investing in alternatives, for the folks that do, they are typically very savvy investors, folks that understand how to approach things, how to provide more stability in their portfolio, in this diversification strategy, in this chart that you're talking about, and working with the right team to be able to do that. So I think that's so important for people to realize that. And one of the things that I love about having this platform is to be able to help provide this type of education or information to people so that they can understand these different types of strategies that exist out there that they may not be aware of in terms of how they can go about building and protecting their wealth. Great insights here on this one in particular.
I would just say typically you're not adding alternatives to a small portfolio. You have to have a considerable amount of money or portfolio where it would make sense to add a small piece in alternatives. You wouldn't do it with a $10,000 account. You would do this with much larger portfolios.